That's right, tonight we're going to be doing another nice, long, relaxing fact reading video to help you fall asleep, sleep, 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 sleep. And so I really hope that you all do enjoy tonight's video. Now, what are we going to be? What is the topic for what these facts are going to be about? Well, as you can probably tell by the title and the thumbnail, it is indeed about space. Now, I did put out a poll on my community page asking you guys what you think we should do this fact video on. I put a few different options, and space was the clear winner, so I thought, let's do it. And so I hope you all enjoy tonight's video. Maybe you can learn something or fall asleep, sleep, 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 sleep. So if you do enjoy, why not consider leaving this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And without further ado, let us get into the facts. Now, I am going to be reading these facts off a website I found called Bored Panda. And the title of this little article in the Science and Technology thing from November 3rd, 2022 is 152 space facts about planets, black holes, and everything in between. Now, of course, this is a couple years old, so I will pop the source in the description. If anything is outdated, I do apologize. But we're probably not going to make it through all 152. I'll probably read around 100. And I just hope that you all do enjoy. So, let's get started. Fact number 1. The sun's mass takes up 99.86% of our solar system. Fact number 2. When you look up at a star, what you actually see is how it was in the past. And I believe that is due to the stars being so far away. It takes so long for the light to reach us. The further away it is, the further into the past you are looking. Fact number 3. Any free-moving liquid in our outer space will form itself into a sphere. I love the top reply to this fact is just, except Earth. Earth is fat. Earth is fat. Earth is flat. I messed up the joke there. Fact number 4. The sunset on Mars appears blue. I knew that one already. That's pretty cool. If you look up pictures, it looks really interesting. Fact number 5. Saturn would float in water. Yeah, I think if you had like a bathtub big enough or a swimming pool big enough, Saturn would float in the water. Fact number 6. A large percentage of asteroids are pulled in by Jupiter's gravity, and it protects us from NASA was originally, their initial goal was to explore the oceans, and then they switched up to explore space instead, which I think kind of says a lot. Anyways, fact 10. Scientists have found a void in space 1 billion miles wide that could be a parallel universe. Wow. Saturn has a huge extra ring that was only discovered in 2009. Fact 12. An asteroid about the size of a car enters Earth's atmosphere roughly once a year, but it burns up before it reaches us. The top reply to this says it doesn't burn up, but it evaporates. So take what you will from that. Space is not completely empty, but there are only about 10 atoms per cubic meter of space. Damn. If you were to stand on the surface of Mars on the equator at noon, it would feel like spring at your feet, around 75 degrees Fahrenheit or 24 Celsius, and winter at your head, 32 Fahrenheit or 0 degrees Celsius. That's really crazy. Whoa. Fact number 15. On Venus, it snows metal and rains sulfuric acid. Fact 16. Dung beetles can use the Milky Way for orientation. What the heck? That's crazy. 1 million Earths could fit inside the sun, and the sun is considered an average size star. Fact 18. Comets are leftovers from the creation of our solar system about 4.5 billion years ago. They consist of sand, ice, and carbon dioxide. Number 19. There is a planet that is made up of diamonds. Oh my gosh, could you imagine if we could get to that planet, how rich we'd get. Fact 20. About 1.4 billion years ago, a day on Earth was just 18 hours and 41 minutes long. Fact number 21. The Apollo astronauts' footprints on the moon could last up to 100 million years. I saw a comment in a recent video saying that they like when I do tapping on my phone sort of in between little things I'm reading. So. The next fact. The moons of Uranus were named after characters created by Alexander Pope and William Shakespeare. Fact number 23. is smaller than the United States? The top reply to that fact says, Pluto is a planet and I'll die on this hill. Fact 25. For years it was believed that Earth was the only planet in our solar system with liquid water. More recently, NASA revealed its strongest evidence yet that there is intermittent running water on Mars, too. I have a fun question for you all to answer in the comments if you've made it to this point in the video. Would you go to Mars if you had the opportunity to? Interesting question. Fact 26. A day on Venus lasts 243 Earth days, but a year on Venus lasts 225 Earth days. In other words, it takes Venus around 243 Earth days to rotate one time, but it takes Venus 225 days to rotate once around the Sun. Fact 27. The International Space Station, the ISS, is the size of a football field. Fact 28. It is possible to see the International Space Station from your backyard. I love reading the replies to these facts. Someone replied, "Hey, how do you know that? I'm pretty sure I've never invited you to my backyard." Anyways, there are more than 4,000 known exoplanets and counting. Fact 30. There may be a huge planet at the edge of our solar system, nicknamed Planet 9. Gamma ray bursts can release more energy in 10 seconds than the sun will in its entire 10 billion year lifetime. The radio signal that a spacecraft uses to contact Earth has no more power than a refrigerator light bulb. Wow, a radio signal that a spacecraft uses to contact Earth has no more power than a refrigerator light bulb. That's kind of crazy if you think about it. The first ever black hole photographed is 3 million times the size of Earth. That's pretty big. That is pretty big. Coca-Cola was the first commercial soft drink that was ever consumed in space. The top reply says, sponsored. I mean, reasonable drink for them to pick. Soviet cosmonaut Valentina Tereshkova became the first woman in space largest known asteroid is 940 kilometers wide. It's pretty big, pretty scary. Saturn has 83 known moons and counting. That's a lot of moons, Saturn. Gotta share, gotta share. Imagine we had a second moon, that would be crazy. There are oh my gosh, I don't even know what number this is, but that's gonna be million. That's billion, that's it's like 2 million trillion galaxies in the observable universe, or something like that. There are 2 followed by 12 zeros galaxies in the observable universe. Voyager 1 and 2 have been operating for more than 40 years. Fact number 44. There is a planet in our galaxy where the daytime temperature is nearly 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, and it possibly rains glass horizontally. Fact 45. An estimated price of the spacesuit made in 1974 is between $15 and $22 million per unit. Whoa. Fact 46. Halley's Comet. I've heard it before, but I forget which pronunciation it is. Halley's Comet won't orbit past Earth again until 2061. Fact 47. If 2 pieces of the same type of metal touch each other in space, they will permanently bond. And this is due to a thing called vacuum welding. Cool. Fact 48. Saturn's moon, Titan. Saturn's moon, Titan, has lakes on it as well. The liquid in the lakes aren't water, but it's a substance called methane. Fact 49. The moon is lemon-shaped. That's interesting. Once again, the top reply to this says, are lemons moon-shaped? I'm gonna start saying that. Fact 50. The sun loses 1 billion kilos per second. Fact 51. The sun makes a full rotation once every 25 to 35 days. Fact 52. We always see the same side of the moon, no matter where we stand on Earth. Fact 53. There are more trees on Earth than there are stars in the Milky Way. I would like to say that the top reply just says wrong. So, I mean, I don't know if that's incorrect or not. All planets in the solar system have been visited by uncrewed spacecraft. What's been your favorite fact so far? Let me know in the comments. is someone's replied with a little bit of interesting info that says rogue planets. Theories go that at least one of our orbitals is a captured rogue one, and maybe another crashed into early Earth with part of it, and Earth will eventually become the moon. Wow. Fact 56. Because of its unique tilt, a season on Uranus is equivalent to 21 Earth years. Wow, imagine like a 21-year winter or a 21-year summer. That would be nuts. In 2016, scientists detected a radio signal from a source 5 billion light years away. Fact 58. Astronauts can't burp in space. Fun fact for you. Fact 59. There is a gas cloud in the constellation of Aquila that holds enough alcohol to make 400 trillion pints of beer. Yikes. How do I go there? I'm kidding. You have to travel at least 11.2 kilometers per second to escape the Earth's gravity. Fact 60. We just did fact 60. Fact 61. You wouldn't be able to walk on Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune because they have no solid surface. Hence why they're called the gas giants. Very true, Robert T. Thank you for the reply. Fact 62. If you could fly a plane to Pluto, the trip would take more than 800 years. Whoa. Uranus orbits the sun on its side. Okay, I apologize about the pronunciation for this next one, but Enceladus, Saturn's moon, is the most reflective body in the solar system. Fact 65. Jupiter's moon, Io, has towering volcanic eruptions. Whoa. There are mountains on Pluto. I'm really glad you guys picked space from the poll because these are just so interesting. Fact 67. Saturn has a hexagonal shaped storm. 68. 1 teaspoon of neutron star would weigh the same as the Mount Everest. What? That's crazy. That is absolutely crazy. Sorry, I have an itchy back. There we go. The moon is getting further away each year. Fact 70. Sorry, I keep touching the table. Outer space is only 62 vertical miles, Yeti Pedalka has spent I'm sorry. I'm getting tired reading these myself. Yeti Pedalka has spent more time in space than anyone else. 879 days. Wow, imagine spending over like 2.5 years in space. That's crazy. Mercury has no atmosphere, which means there is no wind or weather. However, I should probably note that the top reply to this is that is not technically true. Mercury has a thin atmosphere composed of 42% oxygen, 29% sodium, 22% hydrogen, 6% helium, and 0.5% potassium at 1 NPa of pressure. There you go. Fact 76. Red dwarf stars that are low in mass can burn continually for up to 10 trillion years. Sorry for the birds that you can hear outside right now. Buzz Lightyear from Toy Story has actually been to outer space. To infinity and beyond. There are rogue planets that have been knocked out of orbit, just chilling out in the universe, and they could do the same to another planet. That's scary. Saturn's rings sort of vanish every now and then. The top reply says probably takes them off while doing the dishes. If you fell into a black hole, you'd get stretched out like spaghetti, 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 spaghetti. Sorry for this next one, but the dead skin of your feet peels off in space. VY Canis Majoris is the biggest star in the universe, about 2,000 times the diameter of the sun. Biggest known, I should say. Space junk is any human-made object orbiting Earth that no longer serves a useful purpose. Scientists estimate that there are about 500,000 pieces of space junk today, including fragments of rockets and satellites and everyday items like spanners dropped during construction of the ISS. Oh my gosh. That's crazy. The hottest planet in our solar system is Venus, reaching around 867 degrees Fahrenheit, which is 464 degrees Celsius. NASA has recorded eerie space sounds. Whoa, now I gotta look them up after this video. I'm so sorry for these birds. I don't know what they're deciding to do right now, but we'll continue. You would last about 15 seconds in space without a spacesuit. Yikes, that's terrifying. Let's move on. Neutron stars can spin 600 times per second. In 3.75 billion years, solar system. Wait, what? This makes no sense. I need to read it first. I think it's meant to say this. In our solar system, there are 4 planets known as gas giants: Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. And fact number 100. Neptune's moon, Triton, orbits the planet backwards. Well, there you go, everybody. That is 100 facts about space. I really hope that you did enjoy them, maybe found them slightly interesting, maybe you even learned something, in which case I'm really glad. But if this video was able to help you relax, sleep, de-stress, or just be some nice background sounds while you do something else, I'm also happy for that too. I would really appreciate it if you took this moment in the video, if you're still around, to click the like button. It takes just a second, but it really helps support the video in ways you probably don't even imagine. And also, if you're not subscribed and you enjoyed this video and want to see more, why not consider subscribing? It's free and you'll never miss